Ladies and gents, you guys already know what time it is, man. It's your player partner, Mr. Funkadelic Jones in the building. Funkadelic, hey, oh, hey. But listen, man, welcome to the Ghetto Wealthy Podcast, man. You guys make sure y'all follow me on all my platforms, Funkadelic Jones, streaming platforms at Apple, Spotify, everywhere, going global. But enough about me. We got a special guest in the building, man. From the West Side, we love West Side. West Side. My brother from another mother, man. We got my boy my boy Julius in the building, man. What's
Up
happening
my
with you,
top.
play?
Hey man, just another day of feeling blessed. I'm sure you know the feeling.
Hey, man, I try every day, brother. I try, I try to work hard and look good. I got my
Hey,
Michael
look,
Jordan going on. I try. I try.
hey, look,
But
I'm trying to keep up with you.
hey, you got that Chris Spade over there, man. Who your barber?
I mean,
Who your barber?
can't be showing up on no podcast looking bummy. Can't be looking. Matter of fact, I might just button up my top button right here just to. Yeah, I'm ready.
Hey, yo, so first things first, man. Like I wanna know from you. You said you from LA, right?
Yeah,
You live.
I'm hanging here in LA.
So my biggest question is now, Grant. I'm gonna ask a tourist question because I still get to go to California. I'm on the way, Cali. Don't worry about it. I'm on the way. So as far as so have you been anywhere else in California outside of LA?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
What?
yeah, absolutely.
So which part of Cali have you been in?
Um, well, I went to school in San Francisco,
Okay.
so I had a nice little taste of San Francisco, for about almost 2.5 years, before I moved down here. Um, I've been down here for I think I want to say around 4 years now,
Okay.
and I've been to a couple areas. I've been to Hollywood. I've been to Beverly Hills. I've been to Pasadena, Santa Monica. I was just in Long Beach like 2 weeks ago, on a filming gig. So I'm in California. You follow the money.
I feel
Yeah.
you. Hey, so that brings me to my next question though. So the reason why I asked is because like culture wise, like what is the difference?
Mm,
Because you said you went to school in San Fran. What's the difference culture
mhm.
wise between the Bay Area and the Los Angeles area? What's the biggest difference between the two?
Um, well, first off, let me just say, people would think that the differences will be like night and day, but
Right.
there are actually a lot of similarities. Obviously, both being in California, California is really a adventurous state. You got people that like going hiking. You got people that like, you know, going rafting. And they like strolling through the parks. There's a lot to do in terms of just getting outside. It's a very adventurous state. Um, as far as differences, from what I've noticed, um, LA, it's a little different in terms of, uh, you know there's a lot of people that can change their appearance and even their demeanor to fit the certain location. You know what I
Right.
mean? You got people who will appear a certain way and then be like a wolf in sheep's clothing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
San Francisco, I would say they really embrace the authentic, hey, this is who I am, take it or leave it kind of vibe. Um, and both are great in their own ways, but in LA, a lot of people tend to put on a little more of a facade to
Right.
get where they need to go, rather than San Francisco, where it's just, yeah, this is me. This is what it is, and take it or leave
So I know you said you've been to Hollywood though. You know what my next question is. What's
I
I know
hope.
you ran into some celebrities out there, man. What celebrities you done seen like just out and about, or you just had a conversation with though?
Let me see. That's a good question. Well, when I first got out here, I actually got a job as a security bouncer. Surprise, surprise. It was a part-time gig at a pretty popular club in Hollywood.
Okay.
Um, I worked there for about 4 months, and I ran into a lot of A-listers actually. Kevin Hart for his 39, I can't, I think it was his 39th, but it was back in 2019.
Okay.
It was a high profile event. A lot of A-listers were there. Usher, Tiffany Haddish, LeBron James was there. I actually worked his private section.
Okay.
And
Uh oh.
yeah, Chris Paul, Dwayne Wade, Gabrielle Union, Tracy Ellis Ross, um, Gary Owens, Michael Ealy was there, Meek Mill was there. Um, yeah, that was a very eventful night. That was the most I've ever seen, like in terms of A-listers in one setting. I did. I did get a chance. There was also a Emmy after party.
Right.
I got to see some of the cast from Dear White People. That was pretty interesting.
Yo, that's dope. That's dope.
And I think I think Drake came by too once, but my coworker was working his private section. But
Oh, don't
yeah,
do it. Please
Drake.
don't do it.
Yeah, so I heard I didn't get to see him, but yeah.
Not champagne
Mhm.
poppy in the building. Oh, the place got lit up in there.
You want to know something interesting though? This is one thing he told me. He said that Drake is actually a lousy tipper.
Damn. Damn.
I mean,
Damn.
it was interesting to hear. Because a lot of celebrities, these, they give you like, you basically want to put on your A game, basically,
Right.
and they want the best treatment. So sometimes it's nice to help out the person that's doing all these things for you. But in this particular case, he didn't tip my boy, and you're just like, yeah, man, he's a lousy tipper. All these girls, oh my god, the fans, the groupies, oh lord. It's just interesting every time.
Damn, Drake. Don't let me find out you a lousy tipple. Don't let me find out, Drake.
You
Don't
ain't
let me
hear
find
from me.
out. Don't
You ain't
let me.
hear from
So
me.
I know one of the interesting things to see in California, of course, is like, well, first of all, the Hollywood sign, the Hollywood logo up there. I know that's like iconic, but the Walk of Fame, I know that's
Mm.
iconic to see. Like you stroll and you see like the Walk of Fame and everybody name is on it. Yo, like I see, I gotta get to Cali, man. Like I just want to see, like I'm gonna have my hands on it one day and just be like, yep, here's homie Dylan. That's be my picture. Just,
Mhm.
Mama, we
Yeah,
made it.
yeah. The Walk of Fame is definitely a very popular tourist attraction. I want to say, during peak travel times, like for the summer or, for spring break, whatever the case is,
Mm,
the Hollywood Boulevard is one of the most iconic tourist attractions here in LA. And, for these stars, you know, they get to immortalize themselves on the sidewalk, and they all have like little icons for their field. It could be music or film, TV, or even radio, stuff like that. um and Yeah, it's a very, very beautiful sight. The I will say I've gone. to Hollywood Boulevard a couple times,
Mm.
and I learned something new every time. And like a real fun fact is there's only one star that's not on the sidewalk where you could walk on, and that is it belongs to Mr. Muhammad Ali.
Damn, wow,
Um,
that's
his
interesting.
is on the his is on the wall in the Dolby Theater where they have the Oscars. You can't walk on his star. That was like
Hey,
one of his criteria. Is like, look, I don't want nobody walking all over my name. They was like, we'll put it on the wall for you.
hey, shout out to my boy, man. Float like a butterfly, sting like okay, Muhammad. Ah. You
Rest,
check, so
rest in
you
peace.
check out any, you check out any games at the Staples. I mean, well, I'm sorry, I said the Staples Center. My bad, y'all. Crypto.com arena.
You gotta be careful. Nah, I'm teasing.
Right, my bad.
Yeah. The crypto arena in downtown LA is a really hot spot as well. Um, right now, the most popular teams right now are the Lakers, the Clippers for now, and I think the LA Kings. I think they're playing hockey. Um, they play hockey down there, and next year I it might be next year, maybe the year after, but the Clippers are going to they're going to move
Yeah,
to
saying they going back.
Inglewood.
They going back to the form, right? It's supposed to be
Hmm.
like model or something like that. Yeah, I heard
Hmm.
that before though. You know, man, I don't like the Clippers anyway. Y'all always the B team anyway. Clippers. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know, I'm sorry. You know, but
Yeah, I'm not a Clippers fan, so
we Wizards fans. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. We Wizards fans. I'm just playing. Y'all. I'm just playing,
you
man.
might be
But
flying solo on that one. You know, I'm a
nah,
San
you know
Antonio.
what I'm saying? I'm just playing, y'all. Hey, I may be
First.
from the DC area, but damn it, I don't like the Wizards. But I tell you, man, hey, you know, I got Wizard hat though, because I always got shout. I always got to represent home first. You know what I mean? That's just me personally though. But I'm gonna ask you. I gotta ask my boy. Like, you got a lady out there too? Don't let me find out. Oh,
Really, I'm just trying to move solo for now.
okay.
Just trying to, make sure everything is set up right. I've really been changing my mindset last few years, and I'm not chasing anymore. You know what I mean? It's
I,
like I let what's meant to come into my life to come into my life. I don't really like to, you know, I don't really like to go out of my way to, disrupt my process that I got going on. So, but I'm definitely open. So,
absolutely. Hey, ladies in Cali, he's single. He's single.
yeah, I am
Hey,
ready.
I'm gonna ask you this. Like I said, I'm a tourist on this episode here today, but which part of Cali got the best females? Because that's where I want to go. That's what part of Cali got the best females? You can tell me. You can tell me.
It
You
depends, man. It depends. You want a
well,
nice.
where all the fine black ladies at? Where all the fine sisters at? Where they at?
There are a lot of fine sisters, in the Lamert Park, Crenshaw area. You may not have seen it, but I posted a while ago of the Juneteenth festival, and basically it's a celebration they have on the 19th, every
Mm,
year. And they shut down all of the Lamert Park area, and they just put together like this nice festival for people. It's a place for vendors to sell their food, people to sell products and clothing or whatever. And this year was pretty crazy. I think this was the most we've had, and it's just beautiful black people in general. And the sisters, were definitely out and about that day. When you find out that Wale, Jasmine Sullivan, Too Short, they were headlining the festival. So they all coming out and showing support. So honestly, some of the most beautiful sisters I've seen is right in the Lamert Park Crenshaw area.
I'm gonna have to call my boy Dom Kennedy. We gonna have to slide through. This is your hometown. Like, show me where the ladies at, man. But speaking of food though, You know, man. What's a California dish out there that you tried that just like everybody need to be on this? Like I know California got some type of dish that's like only California people know. Like what's one dishes out there that's like boom, and you be like, yo, like this is. If you were to tell, if we talking right now, you be like, yo, hey, yo, you need to try this. Like, what's that
Mm-hmm.
dish out there though?
Yeah. I feel you. I feel you. It's kind of funny, coming from the East Coast. You you're used to a certain dietary rotation,
Right,
out here, with the lifestyle of the hustle and the bustle. Sometimes you're not able to get to your usual spot, so yeah, you got to try some new stuff.
right.
Um, I will say, one dish I am pretty high on, was this there was this spot. It's called Berries with an I,
Okay,
um, and it's on I think Third Street. I'm not sure, but it's a pizza parlor basically, right? And basically, it's a pizza parlor that has pizza, but it has shredded up lobster meat in the pizza, like um it's like it replaces like pepperoni and sausage. They shred up lobster meat and put it in their pizza, and then I also got on to their calamari. I like fried calamari now, which is squid. You know that. It sounds crazy. I believe me, it do, but it do be hitting. I ain't gonna lie. It was almost like a fish. It was almost a fish sticks in a way. Just fried squid. Who knew?
I'm gonna let you have that. I'm gonna let you have that one there, man. I'm good on that. I get called. I'm a pass on that one. But that pizza though,
I'm
that
just
pizza.
saying that's what I said. I said that too, but I'm just saying if you try it, you just try it the one time, you might be like, okay, maybe I was a little too harsh, but it's up to you.
All right. That's almost up there with me with oysters. Like I'm like, nah, I'm okay with oysters. I'm a
I feel
pass
you.
on that. I'm a pass. I'm definitely gonna pass. Yeah, because y'all got mumbo sauce out there.
No, there's no mumbo sauce
Oh,
out here.
oh, oh.
There's a
See,
lot of there's a lot of things that aren't here that's there back home. There's no Dairy Queen, no BJ's, no Wegmans, no Giant. There's no Checkers, no White Castles. Yeah, it was quite the shock. I'm not gonna lie.
dang. So of course, I mean, I gotta get it. We gotta get into the heavy questions now because I need to get into some heavy questions. And I'm
Yeah.
starting to see it a lot because I know you're in the filming industry. You
Mm-hmm.
know, the writer strike.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to figure out. I see it online all the time, and I know you're more on the front line because again, being in California, being close to Hollywood, that's like the movie, like that in Atlanta, that's like movie capital of the world. But I just want to ask this question though: what what is
Yeah.
going on with this writer strike? What are they trying to get out of this writer strike? Like, is it more pay, more studio time? Like, what is going on? I need to know. I'm trying to figure this out myself. That's what I want to know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and that's where it starts. Questions, Specifically, for those who don't know, uh, has been going on over now, as we speak. Um, the writer's strike uh, was primarily based on an accumulation of issues that's just been stockpiled over the years. Um,
Okay.
what's happened? Streaming came into the game roughly around 2011, and
Mm.
so it's been over 10 years. And with the adaptation of streaming, um, the business model that was in place for so long is out
Yeah.
of date. Usually what used to happen, we're millennials. For example, when you would buy DVDs,
Mm.
with residuals, you same thing with like albums. You get
Right.
like a couple bucks for every album sale, stuff like that. But with streaming, it's pretty much made the DVD irrelevant. And there is no updated pay scale model that fairly compensates the writers. So one
Mm.
of the issues right now is residual pay, you know. And when you look at some of these entertainment CEOs in the industry, um, people are making tens of millions to 50 million to like 100, even 200, and
Right.
it's like they're basically pleading that there's no money to be allocated to people. And
Right.
it's like, bro, it's like, make this make sense. It's like the math ain't mathing, you know what I'm saying? So, the writer's strike is pretty much about not being erased. A lot of people work their whole lives to be a writer.
Mm.
And when they think about it, you try your hardest for X amount of years. You do everything right, go to school, you get excellent recommendations, and you get your big break. And
Right.
these media moguls are squeezing the life out of you. You can't pay rent. You're constantly being undervalued. The that was that's one of the issues. Another one is that with the utilization of AI, like
Right.
GPT, um, a lot of these studio heads think that they can eliminate writers by having AI write scripts for them, and then they would just hire writers to come touch it up, which would shrink writing rooms to
Right.
like small. It would actually increase the workload for those small number of writers. And from residual pay to AI being implemented to writing room conditions, like it could be very toxic, in a high pressure, high turnout kind of environment. You're almost always on the clock, but you're never paid enough. So it's partially to do with that. And now you add a whole new element to the mix. Now the actors are striking as of today. They joined the fight because the studio heads are trying to finesse them. It's just the middle and lower classes finesse by means basically. And you know it's just it's just an overall um it's an overall impasse, I would say, that we've reached industry. And no, we don't know how long it's going to last. The last one lasted over 100 days, which was almost 3 months. No, it is 3 months. um and people got to pay rent. They
Yeah.
got bills, they got kids.
So
Crazy.
what would you like? What would be in Julia's mind? What would be the perfect solution to fix the writer strike, or just to bring this all to a close? To be like, hey, look, this is what we all need to say. Like, what would be your plan of action to fix this whole problem? Because like I agree with you. Like people got bills, people gotta get paid. You know what I mean? Like people out there working, but you know what I mean. You ain't gonna work for free. So it's like, what would be Julius'
Those are
step?
over.
What would be Julius' plan of action to fix the whole writer strike?
Well, you're putting a lot of pressure on me. I mean, even the presidents of these unions couldn't even figure this out. But I'm I'm Superman right now. I'm throwing my cape. um, it's a very complex situation, I will say. It's like there's no one solve like solution, but I will say that um, you know, if we take a step back and really evaluate where the revenue is going,
Mm,
um, and I think what really is the problem in a lot of these kind of scenarios is that you have people that don't know what it's like to struggle or have forgotten what it means to struggle.
right,
In this industry, it's a very, very you know, it's a very connected industry where it could be as simple as sending an email to having lunch with somebody to being related to somebody, good old
right,
fashioned nepotism that hasn't gone anywhere. So a lot of people, are in these high power positions. And I just think that I think they look at the money asset a little more than the artistic. They value the revenue rather than the artistic
right.
point of view. And it's just where we are. And in my personal opinion, trying to monopolize an art form like the way they have with streaming to like roll out new stuff like every month. It's like it's gonna be exhausting, and
Yeah.
I just think that it's complicated. It's very, very complicated, but hopefully, we can figure something out because nobody wants work stoppage, and even the studio heads would have to agree a stoppage in work is bad for business. So
100%.
mhm.
So, cause from what I was reading, it's like they said if you already had a script, you were allowed to work on it. But it's like y'all are not allowed to write anything else, like moving forward. You know what I mean? And I was like, or did like that's what I heard. Maybe I'm like misquoting, but they said if you already had something, it's like you can kind of go ahead, but if you can't basically just write nothing new right at this point.
Well, it's just you. I mean, you can, but they don't want you to cross the picket line. Crossing the picket line in this case, the writers, it
Yeah,
would be submitting stuff for the studios to produce.
yeah,
That would be crossing the picket line. But by all means, you are free to write things in your spare time. A lot of writers are developing shows as we speak. With all this
right.
downtime. So they're probably just preparing for when it's over and they can pitch their shows. But it's not, it doesn't mean you stop. I don't think any writer can stop writing.
Okay.
But, you can still write, just not for the sake of the studios. Like they
Oh,
gotta they gotta feel the burn.
got you. That's probably what it was. Because the people, the way they make it sound, they make it seem like y'all couldn't write. I was like, they can't write. I was like, so it's like I'm sure they can still. It's almost like again, it's like that's like saying I can still do my podcast. I just can't put it out though. You know what I mean? Like it's something equivalent to that though. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. It's just no writing for the sake of giving it to the studio so they can make money during this time. They want to cut them. They want to cut it a clean cut. Like don't help supply these people while we're trying to negotiate a new deal.
Okay, I got you, man. I got you. But speaking of that, man, I know we know my man Julius got a film or a TV show that he working on. What you got in the works though? You ain't gotta give the whole tea, just give a little sample size of what you got working on over there.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I love an opportunity to plug in my work.
Oh, of course. Of course.
I'm teasing. I'm teasing. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I'm writing my own series right now. Um, I am in the process of shopping it, and right now, uh, it's kind of hard to
Mm,
maneuver this whole situation because it's just been a melting pot of just new issues coming up, and
right.
yeah, it's it's a little tricky right now. But
Yeah.
yes, I am working on my own series that I do plan to eventually shop and pitch.
You know what's crazy? Like I'm gonna say this for the whole world, and even because I got my boy Jew with me, and he Hollywood. I always say like, listen, when I get my big acting break, I just want something small, right? Let me just be the mailman on a TV show. Just walk in, deliver your mail, and walk out. Like you don't gotta give me a main Hollywood role. I will take whatever I can get. Let me be the mailman. Let me be the cab driver. You know what I'm saying? Let me just be the neighbor that tell you, hey, your dog outside. And that's my only role. That's it. That's my only line for the whole show. Your dog outside. Boom. That's it. And then I can work my
I
way
got
up
you.
Hollywood.
You on my list.
Uh,
You on my list. I got you.
oh, see,
You're the
I don't
first
even
one to audition. You're
like,
the first
I know
one
you
to
got some
audition.
big
All
stars
right.
lined up. I know you got some big heavyweights in there. But see, me, just give me as the mailman. That's it. Just I'll take the mailman, the cab driver. I'll be the cashier at a burger joint. That's it. I have the smallest role possible. And like I just make people day by also making milkshakes. That's it. That's all I need. I don't need nothing big time from Hollywood. Just look out for the little guy.
Well, I'll say this. I hope you're ready to do your homework. If you are in like a fast food industry for a fast food role, you better commit. I mean, you
Damn.
better take the highs with the lows.
Golly. I mean,
Yeah.
hey, I can't just go in there and, just, hey, give me a script, let me stand right here. Man, I don't know.
I mean, I can. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not, but I'm just saying I hope you're ready to commit. Because if you're gonna be a fast food employee working at McDonald's, I want you to give me the energy that I'm working for McDonald's. Like people
Hey, you know what,
cussing
Jew?
in my face.
You know what, Jew? I'm gonna be real. Jew. All right, check this out. If you were to have a
Mm,
TV show and you want me to be a mailman or something, or like a fast food, like you let me know. And trust me, if you say like, hey, look, I need you. I got this mail roll, or even if it's McDonald's, that's fine. I'm like, look, I will go to a local McDonald's. It's a McDonald's up the street from my house and be like, hey, look, I'm working on this movie. Like, I kind of need to like see how the authentic. Better yet, I need to go to the hood McDonald's. It ain't that hood. That McDonald's ain't hood over there. No, I need to go to the hood McDonald's and be like, look, I need the authentic. I need y'all getting when the customers come in here yelling because the food cold and they want their money. I want that experience. Let me get that experience. Let me just film a vlog of day-to-day McDonald's. And let me,
hmm
so I got trained for this role. My man got this role for me. I'm trying to, I don't want him to pass me over. You know,
No,
I was
I'll
like,
say he's
Mom, I made it to Hollywood.
I'll say
I'm
he's
yeah.
qualified now. He's worked for he's worked for
Like,
McDonald's for a minute.
he
So.
got a small McDonald's role for me. Like, Mama, I'm trying to make it. Ain't no problem. That ain't no problem.
I got you. I told you early. Nepotism is not going anywhere.
Telling you, man. Hey, you already know, man. I'm trying to, like something. It don't matter, man. Like I always say that. I always say that. I was like, if I ever get into acting, like y'all know me. I mean, I can act. I just can't. I need a lot of work though. Like I ain't professional, but nah, I was like before I get into the Denzel height, I said, give me something small. You know what I mean? You could put me.
Yeah.
You can put me as a crackhead in front of a stove for
Nah,
real.
man, we ain't doing crackheads. I'm not trying to write no crackheads,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying? You can put me as a crackhead out there if you
Nah,
want to.
I
You know what I
wouldn't
mean?
do that. Nah, I wouldn't do that to you. We gotta elevate from like these type of stereotypical, bro. When Kendrick Lamar got his first acting official like credit, and he played a crackhead. I was, what was it, Snowfall? Like, oh man, like,
That
we
was
gotta do
power.
better.
That was power. Yeah.
Power. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't believe I said Snowfall. Power. Yeah, I'm like, man, it's a Grammy winning artist, and he playing a crackhead.
But
Mm.
But see, I like listen. You the writer, and I'm just throwing this idea right. I don't gotta be the stereotypical crackhead though, right? I could be the crackhead that's like he lost everything. Like it just shows the epitome of like you
Mm.
once had everything and then you just lost everything. So
Mm.
when people see when somebody come talk to you, you're not just the average crackhead begging. Like you really be sharing wisdom type of thing. See, we ain't gotta be the typical
Mm.
like space change crackhead. Nah. I mean, if you want that too, I can get that authentic now.
Oh boy.
Ain't no shame in my game out here. I play the hell out of
Oh my
crackhead.
god.
I tripping out here, but you know, I grew up around crackheads. You know what I mean? So I definitely can play the role to a T. You know what I mean? If I want to, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, if I can't bring you on as a crackhead, I can bring you on as a consultant.
Hey, I take whatever job. You know, you the writer. You know what I mean? And like I said, you the writer. You know, if you need me to just, it depends on where your show go. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, like we try to have Jew be like Ice Cube. He trying to direct and be in the show. He trying to do both. I don't, first of all, have you even
Yeah.
seen that up close in person? People that act and direct at the same time?
Oh yeah, absolutely. One thing you're going to learn when you come out here, or even in general in life, you never want to put a limit on yourself. You never want to like pigeonhole yourself. You want to be able to
Right.
say, I'm going to try something new. If I like it, then I like it. Then, and just be able to, not put that kind of label on yourself. I mean,
Right.
if it wasn't for the people like Will Smith, who started off as in music and then became TV and then movies, or even Idris Elba, who who is an actor, but he's also a DJ. It's like, you never want to, be the one to limit yourself. I'll put it like
Oh,
that.
of course. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Because I had a family like blog YouTube channel. We gotta get some more content up, but my goal with that was, and even though they see me a lot, my goal kind of was more to be in the background. I was gonna be kind of more like directing more than being in the camera because everybody know me. Everybody know me. Y'all know I ain't afraid to be in front of no camera. But my thing with that purpose was just kind of giving everybody else their shine, and I just
Mm,
kind of played the background on this one though, because like I said, like I like the way I move nowadays. It's like I
mhm,
don't have to be Batman in every situation. I know how to fall into the background and be Alfred. I don't even want to say Robin. I know how to be Alfred at this point. Cause we all know
mm,
Alfred. Alfred cool with everything Batman do. That don't be reckless as much, but Alfred be just with it. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
I know how to fall back and be like, look, you gonna take the shine on this one. I'm gonna
Mm,
be in the back. So I'm cool with that now.
mhm. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Team player.
But
I like it.
yeah, like listen, man, that's how the ship works, though. If you play with
Collaborate.
LeBron, everybody can't get the ball though. Y'all know LeBron gonna get the ball 90% of the time, so everybody can't get the ball.
Mhm.
I'm just saying though. I'm just saying,
No,
but
you're right. You're right. You're right. Sometimes you're the LeBron. Sometimes you might be the bench player. Whatever. Or even second or third option. Basically, it's a collaborative effort, and that's not just with sports or even the music and the film and TV industry. It's just a collaborative effort in general. Once you like, I really wish people knew the principle to like being like very very you know available to work with other people. Is the core concept is a team player. Just somebody who knows when to pass the ball. Sometimes it's going to be you, sometimes it's not going to be you. Just the principle of just being selfless and being willing to you know step back and let others take the lead. It really is an underrated quality that I think a lot of people in the industry could really promote more. So
Man, because I mean, like I said, in this situation here, like my man, you gonna be Michael Jordan. I ain't gonna be Scottie Pippen. I'm gonna be Dennis Rodman. You know what I mean? I do the little things at this point. And, I'm gonna be Dennis Rodman. Like
oh boy.
he ain't the most scoring player, but guess what? He do the little things, get the rebounds, box out. He do the little stuff. So I'm like, hey, you know, we gotta make the ship go somewhere. So hey, you gonna
Yeah.
be. But like I said though, man, hey, if you like you said, you like it ain't gotta be a crackhead, bro. You need to be fast food mailman. I don't listen, man. I'm gonna be real with you. I would
Mhm.
take a gangster role, but I don't want. I feel like my style can blossom a little better outside of the gangster role. I mean, you want me to play a gangster, I can though. Just
Mhm.
give me some time, but I got to play a gangster though. Trust me, you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah. Matter of fact, why don't you go ahead and email me a list of roles you're comfortable with playing, so I'll have it on my record.
You joke? You serious?
the fact that you, the
You
fact that you stopped talking.
you serious? Bro, if you are serious, I
Yeah,
will listen, man. I will
let's
text you right now all the roles that I'm like, look, man, crackhead, fast food gangster, cab driver, mailman. I will put this whole list together. You know
yeah,
what I
just
mean?
so I have a just so I have a copy.
Oh,
Go ahead and
I
do it.
like say less, man. Like I'm gonna get my notepad together right now and be like, all right, here's what we gonna do. We gonna put this. You know what? And my inspiration gonna come from every day. I'm in there like, ooh, I'm like, ooh, I just saw a teacher. I'm asking, can I be a teacher? I'm asking, can I be a teacher?
Yeah, just go ahead and write it all down and send it to me.
Oh, I got you, man. See, this is why we need good people like Julius, man. Cause Julius, look
Oh
out for
man, don't do
the
that. Don't do
he,
that.
he is Michael Jordan. I am Dennis
Oh
Rodman. I am
man.
Steve Curry at this point. I'm just taking whatever I can get. I'm just saying, like, uh,
I don't know if I can handle this. I you are
uh,
praising me. I'm
uh,
overloading right now. Like I can't even process it.
I'm just saying, hey, you know the job at Fox is open now. Shannon Sharp leaving. I think I can take Skip. I think I can take him. You know what I mean? He love his beloved Cowboys. Well, let me
Mhm.
talk to you about them Cowboys. uh,
Yeah,
but
you never know.
like LA traffic, they say it's bad. Like
Mhm.
compared to DC, is it a cakewalk? LA, they say LA traffic is terrible. Like, but compared to DC, I mean, like I said, I got DC. Like, we know DC traffic bad, but they say LA traffic is a different kind of terrible.
Let me start with this. I will say any major city, the traffic is most likely going to be horrible. So from the LA to New York to Atlanta, I'm a lot of traffic is going to be bad everywhere. So for those that are hoping that you can move somewhere and the traffic won't be as bad as the last major city you were in, sorry to say, most likely it's not. So we can just go ahead and rip that band-aid off.
Okay.
I will say LA traffic. It's a cluster of this issues. You got self-driving cars, then you got the arrogant teenagers speeding down in their daddy's Mustang. So you never know what you're gonna get with that, and they're most likely texting or watching an Instagram live feed. You never know. And you got your seniors driving, just trying to keep up. Then you got the drivers, that are dead tired from working or
Right.
just waking up. It's a cluster of things, but in LA, I will say there's a lot more Teslas on the road, so there's more self-driving cars. So it's
I,
it's a melting pot again of just anything can happen, and that's why honestly, people like me, I do my best to avoid driving anywhere if possible because it's like road rage is real, man. Like road rage change people. I've seen the nicest people get behind the wheel and they're like, "What the heck are you doing, you effing idiot?" And you're like, "Oh my god, where'd this come
Right.
from?"
Yeah. And you know it's crazy because like I've sat in DC traffic multiple times, but
Mm,
I knew traffic was I knew driving, sitting in traffic and driving when I drove in New York. I said, Lord have mercy.
mm.
I said, New York drivers, they a different kind of beast. I said, first of all, they make DC traffic look, this is cakewalk. I said, well, damn. I said, I would hate to do this on a day-to-day basis. Can you imagine trying to get from Brooklyn to like from Manhattan to Brooklyn? I said, man, you be sitting in traffic for 3 hours. I'm like, shit, I tripping
Bro,
out. I
and
said,
that's
I
the
need to
thing. See, and that's the thing, bro. That's the thing. Like a lot of people have to do that. Some
right.
people have to commute 2, 3 hours. Whether it be driving or the train, the bus, whatever. And that's just what we have to do. To get to where we gotta go. It's not
Right.
like where these CFOs, CEOs, or whatever that can just hop in our classic car and just coast down to work. That's like 20 minutes away. Now, some people get jobs in cities they can't afford to live in or stay in or be in for too long, and they just got to commute, and that's what it is. 9 to 5, 5 days a week, almost 300 plus days a year. you know
So this is why I always tell people. I'm like, look, like I understand like 9 to 5, like Jay-Z said it best, right? 9 to 5 is how you survive. We ain't trying to just survive. All right. So it's like you work your money through Friday, but like try to build something outside of that so that way we working hard, but we also working smart though. You feel me?
Exactly. And
You know what I
the
mean?
the fact that he's sharing that kind of information is just instrumental to the next person that wants to come up in his shoes or find their own lane to make money themselves. So
You know, and it's crazy because like that was on Reasonable Doubt. That was on his debut in '96. So I was like, bro, that was a long time ago. He thinking like that in '96. So it's like I use that philosophy as well on my day-to-day basis too. I just like, look, man, that's why you see me, man. 2 podcasts. I'm just like I be out here doing like reviews on things. I be trying to keep myself just I be I'm trying to live. I got $1 million work ethics, but I'm not trying to have that. Some people got $1 million work ethics, but they got a minimum wage. I mean, I'm sorry, $1 million mindset, but they got a minimum wage work ethics. See, I ain't trying to be that way. I'm trying to have $1 million mindset and $1 million work ethic. Because the only way to be rich, you gotta be out here working. Like, you know what I mean? I don't live comfortable. You know what I mean? I don't at all. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me. But I also want to touch into like a touchy subject about Cali, which is
Mhm.
I don't. They say it's notorious. You know what I mean? Is the gang culture in Cali? Like I know they was like you can't go to certain places, don't walk down certain blocks, don't wear certain colors. I just want to ask you: have you
Mhm.
like seen like Cali's gang culture? Like, have you seen it? Because you know some people hear about it, they ain't never seen it, but like, have you actually seen the Cali gang culture like up close and personal?
Yeah. I totally understand, and yeah, you have a point. LA gang life has been um, running rampant through the inner city streets for a long time. Um, and it's been so uh, devastating that it's reached across the nation. Like people know about the epic battles between Crips and Bloods, and it's
Mm,
just it's notorious for a reason. As far as my experience, I haven't really come across anything like that.
right.
Um, and I've been both close to Inglewood and I've been close to like the Crenshaw area,
Yeah.
And it's really just a matter of don't start none, won't be none. That's the golden rule. It's like it's not as bad as people were putting in bruh. The the Crips have an LLC. Like people don't know that. Like they're trying to work with the Marathon clothing store, Nipsey Hussle's
Yeah.
spot. Um, they got a business. It's like it's I'm never gonna be the one to say it's not prevalent because it
Mm,
is. And I'm sure in the wrong situation it could be just as true. Um, but I will say that I think there's been lot more a lot more push for peace and collaboration
right.
because you know one thing that is um is a fact about the gang culture is that it's a way to for us to combat ourselves,
Right.
like just another means of putting my brother against my other brother and just having them duke it out. And it's not productive in the long run. But I will say that I think a lot of people can breathe easy about a lot of this kind of stuff. I'm sure that it's still a thing, but I just don't think it's something where you have to constantly, you know, wonder if there's going to be like a shootout or something. It's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
never really been
Okay.
like
Yeah, because like they always try to make it seem like like don't wear red down there, don't wear blue and stuff like that. Like of course you gotta always be aware of your surroundings anyway. Like I'm gonna try not to wear no national gear. 'Cause I don't want to be on the wrong block and they be like, hey, you. I'm like, nah, play. You gotta go there where you gotta wear neutral colors like black and white. You know what I mean?
great. Yeah, a lot of that is true. But like I said, I mean, as far as I'm concerned,
Yeah.
I haven't experienced it, but I also wouldn't go looking for trouble. Like I
Oh, of
wouldn't
course.
be
Of course.
be wearing a all blue like tracksuit and blue Jordans and a blue do rag and be like, "Yo, man, what's up?" I wouldn't do that. So, and vice versa for the Bloods. I'm
Yeah,
just
I mean,
saying.
like, and it's like again, me being a tourist, that's go for
Mhm.
any city, right? Because even when I was in New Orleans, I didn't want to go find out where Master P live at and where Lil Wayne them grew up. I'm a tourist. I want to see where the tourists at. So if I even go to like most people, if you go to Cali, ain't nobody be like, oh, this is a blood block. This is a. I want to be where the tourist people at. Take me down there to Hollywood and let me see Crypto Arena. Let me go see where the Angels play at, wherever this stadium is
Dodgers,
called. I mean,
oh
take
no, you said Angels, yeah, not Dodgers. I don't know why I thought Dodgers.
take me to Dodger Park too. I want to go to both of them. You know what I mean? Like something. Take me with normal. I don't want to be over there like as legendary. I'm sure as Compton is. I don't want to
Mm.
go to Compton. I don't have no business in Compton.
Compton is actually beautiful. I mean, it's just there are people that have mindsets where it is like just don't start none.
Right.
You're just in Compton to be in Compton. It's like I've been to Compton's pretty nice actually. I don't know why it gets such a bad rep, but I found Compton to be enjoyable. But like I said, it's just a matter of the golden rule. Don't start nothing, and it won't be nothing.
Right. I guess that eliminates my rule of eating food in the hood because the hood got the best food. That eliminates that rule. Nope. When I'm a tourist, I want to be eating where the tourist people at. Like my man Juice said, he said we eating calamari. I'm gonna go where the calamari is. I'm gonna be trying to get some fried shrimp or something or some fish or something. But
They
you
have
know,
that, yeah, they have all of that. Where the tourists eat at. There's LA is definitely one of the best cities for tourism, and they know it. From the city tours, you can see a lot of celebrities' houses. You can see a lot of landmarks. And honestly, it's a overall beautiful place to go and explore. The state is so big. Um, I took Lala and Cece on a tour, and
Mm,
we were up in the we were up in the mountains. We were up in the mountains, and they got a nice little scenic view. It was a clear day too. In LA, I will say, you can have a perfect summer day, but it could be ruined by the smog, because it's basically a bowl, and the wind circulation just doesn't
right.
be circulating the way it need to. So, but it's a really beautiful place where there's a lot to do. I'll say that.
I gotta ask two questions, right? Two places that they,
Yeah.
these are places that most people hear about, but they don't. You gotta be there. Malibu, Malibu Beach, and Venice Beach. Now, the reason why I'm asking about Venice is because you hear about all the basketball games that go on in Venice Beach. I don't know if you ever seen those like pickup games at
Mm-hmm.
Venice Beach, but like I want to see how serious, because they say them games is like it's crazy out there in Venice Beach though. I ain't hooped in a while, y'all. Y'all know I blew my knee out, so I'm retired. I'm retired. I can't do
Yeah, I mean the Venice Beach basketball games, they're a fun community activity. They get a little intense because sports is competitive.
it.
It's the same thing with New York and Rucker Park. It gets may get a little chippy, but it's like at the end of the day, we're all just trying to have fun.
Right.
And but I will say it's a really beautiful scene to see for us, just playing and just having healthy competition in a setting. I'll say
Right.
that.
So one thing I want to say is too, before I like we start wrapping up and winding down and stuff like that. I always want to know like time difference,
Mhm.
because I know it's different. Time zones is different. Like so, like it may be like 10 o'clock here, but it's like 7 o'clock over there. And I'm just thinking, and I always think to myself, I just be like, damn, they still got a whole lot of day left. Or it'd be like 12 o'clock here, and it'd be like what 9 over there. I mean, they are just waking up. We already halfway through the day. They just waking up, literally. So it's like, do you ever like the situation reverse? Like, let's say it's like 6 o'clock over there, and you look at most of us that's still back on the East Coast. You're like, damn, they about to go to sleep. I know they about to go to sleep over there. Like this is like
Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right. The time difference effect is real. A lot of people, um, when they come traveling, they can't get used to the time difference, and
right,
after a while, you do forget, like, oh man, that's right, they not awake yet, and
right,
um, but yeah, it does it happens a lot, especially with me. I came out here by myself,
yeah,
so a lot of my friends and my family's still over there. um and I have to remind myself, like, if I want to send a text, it's 7 o'clock here, and I want to like text like my brother, my sister, or my mom or something, and just be
right,
like, oh wait, it's 10 o'clock there, they probably sleep. So
yeah,
like, I run into that all the time. Even my family in Jersey, sometimes I got to remember that um they're 3 hours you know ahead of me. And so I just got to be like, oh, I got to wait until tomorrow and stuff like that. But I will say the one thing that that a lot of people will get used to and not want to go back is the weather. Like, it's pretty much this. It's pretty much this. Like most of the year.
hey,
when y'all be talking about the cold winters or the hot summers, I'm like, oh, I can't relate.
I can't relate. I can't
couldn't,
relate. Woo, either.
it couldn't
Woo.
be me. I'm used to a
And I'm
bomb
glad I left
70.
that East Coast weather, boy. Woo. Must be
Over here, it's like
hey,
snow. Like snow. Where they do that at?
no. Glad I don't
Snow.
have those problems anymore.
Be like
Snow.
rain. Rain. What you mean rain? Like from the sky? Like,
Hey, hey, Tony said it best. It never rains in Southern California. I guess it don't.
I can't even remember the last time it rained. Like all this year, I literally can't remember.
Oh man, hey, that is wild, man. Hey, listen, man, we appreciate you rocking with me, man. Coming on the Ghetto Wealthy podcast, you know what I mean. We keep it ghetto. We live in ghetto wealthy because you know what I mean. We may be from the hood, but we're trying to get wealthy out here. But before I let you go ahead and go, man, I'm gonna let you go ahead and plug in anything, your social medias, everything like that. You know what I mean? Let the people know where they can follow you at and all your projects or everything you got going on while he out there LA living. I'm gonna turn it over to my boy, man. I'm gonna let him go ahead do his thing, though. You feel me? I'm gonna sit back on this one.
Bro, it's always a pleasure. You gotta let me know when I can come back. This is this is great. Yeah. So you want to follow me? I'm on IG. I'm on Twitter. My name just spelled out. Julius Shank. No space. No nothing like that. You guys want to read up on what I'm doing? You can check my website that I got right now. My series currently, being shot is called Sanity. My website is sanitytheseries.com.
And I get to be the mailman.
Damo gets to audition and be the mailman first. Let me stop.
Without further ado, ladies and gents, man, it's your man, Funkadelic Jones, man. Your player partner signing out, man. Everybody, y'all be easy, y'all be blessed. I'm gone, y'all. Ooh, we out of here.
All right.